Hey everybody, so we're getting into how to become a Facebook ad expert today. So let's just get right into it. So here we're in the ad account right now, right? So let me blow this up a little bit. So I want to show this very specifically because this is my effort to grow my community on school. And if anybody's been paying attention, we know that this has been going very well. If we just go to max on just the school effort, for instance, and break this down just here to the day. Bonjour, Sterling and Sifat, good to see you. We're in 1500 right now, so let's get out of this to just sort of a default view. $47 cost per purchase, AOV 178. My GPT is 133. Like, I just started this thing, right? If we go break down to week, like looking at this, 130, 305, 485, 644. Not a single week ain't profitable. We're just continuing to crush, continuing to scale, continuing to get this business going. So, like, what are we doing in this that is making this thing lifetime? Started on the 20th, right? Like, let's just go. Let's just have a bit more fun. Let's just go day. Okay, cool. So here's the day. All right. By the way, there's the QR code on the screen if you want to join Disruptor Academy. Check it out. It's free. So here, starting on the day, 11, 22, 15, 29, up to 233. Full disclosure, basically, this thing started at $18 a day and is now at 240 because of the docs that we talked about last time. So I want to break down, like, what is the audience? What are we doing here? How is this thing growing so aggressively? And we talked about this week in the Facebook Ads MBA program, and we've been addressing it inside of Disruptor Academy and the Inner Circle. So I just wanted to share a little bit of what this looks like. Okay. Now, getting into this tweet. Here we go. Boom. Now, mind you, also for the record, this is a CBO, broad targeting. I got two pieces going. They're scaling. Maybe there's ad fatigue. I don't know. Maybe not. We could check that metric, but that doesn't matter because ad fatigue is not an indicator of performance. Jacob from CTC. We can get into that some other time. Anyway, scrolling on down. This is why it's working. Hi, Cypher, Steven. Good to see you all here. So many from the school in this spot. Come on. No AC today. All right, that'll be fun. So what I really want to get to here is this is what we call broad retargeting. Now, I've gotten a lot of people saying, like, oh, what do you mean you're using retargeting? I thought you said never to use retargeting before. And here's the thing. I'm not retargeting based on action in the funnel. Print on demand crew is here. I love it. I'm not retargeting add to carts. I'm not even retargeting view content. I'm retargeting brand aware. Now, here's the reason why brand aware retargeting is actually prospecting. And to be fair, I just literally got off the phone on a call earlier today, 11 o'clock to about 11:40, with some of the folks at the some of the Meta team around Advantage Plus Suite and also the optimization score. And for the record, just the internal language. Literally, I have them on camera now, 3 different people today in 3 different countries talking about how ASC is not taking over. You will be able to do manual campaigns forever. Nobody is getting rid of it. Anybody that tells you that is just woefully uninformed. So, and I see it here, right? Like, I get it. Does retargeting still work? Yes, it can. But we have to think about retargeting as broad retargeting, which is basically just brand aware prospecting. We're going to get into that a bit today. Because if you want to be a Facebook ads expert, you have to understand the difference between remarketing and retargeting. You have to understand the difference of what you should do versus what actually gets the job done and how to solve problems with simplicity. If you want to be an expert, you have to be able to make the situation simpler. And part of this is also we're going to completely debunk what our friend Jordan Menard and all of them have to say around just launching a bunch of ads. He refused to get on camera with me, so I'll just have the conversation without him. Here to you. By the way, just good to see you. Bonjour. Yeah, ahora. Yeah, you're going to learn languages. Cool. Howdy, POD crew, that print on demand live. So many folks here. Frank, by the way, sorry I had to cancel, reschedule our call yesterday. Just life happened, buddy. and that just, things are there, dude. Dad life. I hope I get a pass. All right, cool. Yeah. All right. Now, all of that to be said, let's get into this first part. Now, I'm prefacing this as 3 big things we're going to get to today. Aloha, Mario. Bonjour. Okay. I don't know why. Anyway. So why does this work? But I also tell you not to worry about retargeting. All right. If you notice, this is site traffic from the last 30 days, WCA 30. I'll zoom in a little bit more. By the way, you can tell where somebody learned their Facebook ads if they use something like website traffic or something like that. If somebody says WCA, it means they learned from Facebook how to run Facebook ads. If somebody uses the term LAL, it means they learned from Facebook how to run Facebook ads. If somebody uses the term like LLA, it means that the person that they learned from stems from the scammer universe, right? One of the big proponents of LLA is like the Tai Lopez's of the world. I'll say this, very few folks who are really fucking good at this ever use LLA or site traffic in the audience names. They're all using these original official terminology. And part of that is also DSFB. This is Disruptor School, Facebook Engager 30. And this is CT as in CT, the disruptor. Okay, girl, you want to get down? Okay, there you go. It just got cleaned. Have fun. And here, you can play with this remote. There you go. Okay, CT, the disruptor, Instagram Engager 30. We're actually going to break down how to get to all this stuff. But here's why brand remarketing is brand aware prospecting is different than funnel retargeting. Okay, or funnel remarketing. Here's the big difference. And I just had a one-on-one consulting call with a brand that is selling basically Ozempic. And they're like, man, all of our ads were in this restricted space. Our CPMs are going through the roof. Facebook's not working anymore. And what do you want, bro? What do you need? Okay, you good? Okay. And what we found when looking at their ad account was they were targeting the high time bonjour, right? There you go. They were targeting add to carts. They were retargeting view contents. Here's the thing. If somebody add to carts on your website, they're probably adding the cart on competitors as well. Now, when you're targeting just add to cart, you're going after the same inventory for the same reason as many of your competitors. Now, that reason that you're targeting them is because they already told you to piss off. They already rejected you. And you're saying, thanks for rejecting me. Can I annoy you enough to buy from me? That's basically what retargeting is. But the thing is, when they're in that same audience with everybody else and you're hitting them with hard sale ads, you're basically saying, if I force a very low quality ad, meaning the end user experience isn't good, right? Buy now, buy now, buy now. Nobody wants to see that in their feed. If I force that ad onto somebody because they already rejected me and they're seeing the same type of ad from everybody else, odds are I might get a win according to ROAS just because the unit economics. I'm reaching people who are probably also buying because of Google search and probably also buying because of Google shopping. Shout out to Raul for our masterclass yesterday in Disruptor School. Or they might also buy on email. But the point is that is far more expensive to reach people. The CPMs on that are often 2-3 times as much as you would see elsewhere. So how is this any different? How is brand aware prospecting or broad retargeting different than funnel remarketing? And I know I'm using those terms interchangeably. I'm trying to get better at but here's the point. Showing somebody a direct response ad that is buy now, buy now, buy now, fuck you, give me your money is very different than showing people content they want to see. When you choose to target only people who've rejected you previously with a very aggressive, bad user experience ad, like a direct response ad that everybody tells you to run, you are going to reach a small group of people very often, and it's going to cost you a fortune to do it. And you're also competing with everybody else who's also been rejected. Let me give you an example of a situation I'm currently in with a wallet business, not Ridge. All right. Now, in this wallet business, We're seeing a situation that's very similar when I ran New Balance, or when I ran 310 Nutrition, or when I ran Pizza Hut, or Progressive Insurance, or not Allbirds, any other number of brands. We won't get down that rabbit hole. Joybird, sorry, not Allbirds, Joybird, and any of the other big brands that have run. Here's the thing. Let me give you the actual case study from New Balance, because we actually had everything. Charlie, don't play with the guitar. Okay, that one you can play with. Yeah. That's from the guys from the Queens of the Stone Age. They threw it in the dumpster, set it on fire. We repaired it with spray paint and Bondo. It's good to go. You can fuck with it. All right. So, in my ads, my first touch prospecting might be somebody who abandoned cart on 5 of my competitors. Here's the point. If you're only targeting people who also already rejected you, you're wildly narrowing the scope, but you're also targeting people because of that signal of intent that everybody else is. So everybody with big money is targeting the same small group of people who are shopping around with very aggressive ads. Instead, when we're doing this site traffic, Instagram and Facebook engager, don't break that, honey. That's mom and dad on a cruise. Don't do that, okay? Please don't do that. You can mess with other things, but not that one. What you're doing here is you're hitting high intent individuals at a low cost, because, by the way, I'm not targeting you because you abandoned cart. I'm targeting you because in the last 30 days, you liked a post on Instagram or you've been to my site, regardless of what you've done. I'm targeting you because you're brand aware, because you've already shown a proclivity for interest in my business. And I'm hitting you with content that might be harder sales, but my CPM on that is going to be a fraction of what somebody else's will. Also, I'm not limiting the scope of my ads only to the people who've rejected me. Now, the people who rejected me, they're in this audience. I'm hitting them as well. But instead of hitting 1,000 people who abandoned cart for $50 or $100 CPMs, I'm hitting them plus 9,000 other people that have done something else for like $15 CPM. If they're interested, they're going to still see my ad. But instead of only showing it to people who've already rejected me, which means that the end user experience is not going to be nearly as good, because most of the people that are in that audience who've already rejected you don't want to see your content. So you're ruining your relationship with the platform by forcing bad experiences onto people. Remember, Facebook's business model is the retention of attention for profit. They want people to stay on the platforms for longer, stay on Facebook, stay on Instagram for longer, and keep coming back. It is against their business objectives and against their better interest and need to allow people to ruin that experience by forcing their entire feed full of hard response bad ads that they don't want to see. So instead of targeting only people that have already rejected me for a higher price, why don't I include them in a much larger group of people that have actually shown an interest in seeing my content? And I don't have to be nearly as aggressive at the sales pitch. Now, I can be. I have a video coming out on Tuesday where I literally break down how I'm building all of these ads, all of these audiences, like from scratch. Even the GPT that I built that you can use right now, built off of hundreds of millions in ad spend to write all the copy for you. But I'm using the templates that we give away in Disruptor Academy and in Disruptor School. I'm using those templates. I'm using the copy built from the GPT based off of the consumer feedback and product reviews that I've had from my customers and members of Disruptor Academy. I'm using content people want to see. I'm showing it to them because they've shown an interest in my business. So because I'm focusing on the end user experience, I'm still hitting the same people who abandoned cart that are probably ready to buy. But I'm also hitting thousands of other people for the same dollar spend. Instead of hitting 5,000, instead of hitting 1,000 people 5 times, where 900 of them don't ever want to buy, I'm including those 100 that do, along with 10,000 other people, and I'm hitting them all 2 or 3 times for a fraction of the price. My unique CPM is dramatically less. My cost per 1,000 account centers reach, far less. My CPMs, far less. My frequency, still less. And my performance, stable, projectable, and scalable. I just showed you how scalable it is. So when we focus on these audiences, somebody that engaged with your Instagram or Facebook account might never been to your website. They're not even in your ad to cart, but they might love what you have to say. somebody that's been to your, maybe somebody's following your Instagram account, might not have engaged with anything recently, but you could have followers in here as well. You could think of an engager, so this group of Facebook and Instagram engagers from the last 30 days, as a top of funnel style audience. You could say people that are following me, but maybe not engaged lately. That could be a mid-funnel audience. That's kind of like a retention play. And then you can say people that have been to my site in the last 30 days. Those are folks who are kind of bottom funnel in this structure of thinking about the customer journey and the way that we're addressing this audience. And basically, that's built on a simple principle of the larger the audience, the more upper funnel it is. The engagers, more people engage with the account than follow it. More people follow the account than have been to my website. That's simple. Small audience, bottom funnel. Big audience, top of funnel. There you go. Now, why this all works is because as long as I continue to run ads and make content, this pool continues to grow. And in fact, I can grow that audience directly with specific engagement campaigns. We've talked about this before, and I see you all in the chat, CFIT and Frank CPC, by running an engagement campaign alongside it. We don't do that. What we are doing, though, is taking our organic content, if we're going this route, because we can't go full broad yet. We're not scaling it just full broad with ads that are really scalable and stable. Like if you want to become an ads expert, you have to understand how to build the foundation, right? Not just claim to be a victim because you weren't able to just hit a home run on day one. You can begin to build your relationship with the platform by promoting your organic content. So in here, I've got ad sets in this campaign. Right here, these ad sets are all just basically promoting all of my, that's just one. This is all just all of my organic content. I'm putting money behind all of it to build that audience of individuals who want to see me. Now, the thing is, I'm showing you the content. You don't have to engage. I'm optimizing for the conversion event to be on my ad, a post engagement. I want to maximize engagement with the post. I'm not using cost controls because, well, this is actually where cost controls could help. You could have a frequency cap here. This is where it is actually effective. It's not, these tools are not designed, by the way, for e-commerce, but they've been hacked by e-commerce folks that don't know how to be successful otherwise. Now I've got a simple 30-day budget or whatever, right? Now these audiences, what I'm doing is I'm just targeting the lookalikes of my followers. I say, these are the people that like me. Find other people that look like them. Now, I generally poo-poo the idea of lookalikes because most people don't have nearly, girl, hold on, all right? Sorry. People generally don't have nearly the level of data that you need for lookalike. Like if you have 100 purchasers or 1,000 purchasers, and your audience is, say, America, which is 200 million plus people, using 100 data points to narrow down a 200 million person audience to a 2 million person audience of people who are likely to buy is completely fucking crazy. But engagers, well, my engager audience, my followers is 10,000 people or more. The engagers that I have is 10,000 a day or more. So these lookalikes are actually not bad. 10,000 people, way more than 100. In fact, it's 100 times more valuable of a data set. So now I'm building a funnel. In this case, it's a small launch, and this is why I want to try to help you get, if you don't know these fundamentals and you're not lucky enough to win at broad, you can't get to the place where you can use broad. And you'll be stuck trying to hack things and never actually ever able to get there. And we're going to end this with how to take this stuff to just straight broad, and you'll never need to do lookalikes or cost caps or advantage shopping or hack your way through stuff and launch 1,000 fucking ads like the hacks tell you to do it. Instead, we're doing this to develop an audience. Now, the people that the people that engage with this content are the ones that look like my followers. The likelihood of them to engage with me, great. Like my cost per, not that I ever look at this metric, but let's just go ahead. And for fun's sake, let's look at the cost per engagement here. Do we get a cost per? Are we getting anything? No? Okay. Let's just have some fun. I got a little girl crawling at my feet. All right, let's go engagement. Engage. Let's say cost per. How much is it costing me to build my audience? Cost per 0.04 cents, 0.03 cents. So this audience that I'm targeting, last 30 days, cost me 0.03 cents to get somebody to become brand aware where they might add to cart also, but I'm hitting them at a substantially cheaper CPM. And honestly, my frequency against that person might still be a 2 or a 3. But the net the net frequency on these campaigns is not nearly as high as it would be if I was to spend that kind of money on just my retargeting audience. So I'm building that up at a fraction of a penny. Now, the beautiful thing is I'm also excluding, by the way, my existing followers because I only want to grow my funnel. I'm going to United States, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and Great Britain, which includes Ireland. And Australia, New Zealand, we include them both. I'm not expanding. I just want the best people, right? And that's where I'm also hitting. See, Ireland right there. Boom. There we go. 18 plus. We're not paying for anything that will get us out of the advantage space. And manual, I'm doing that to show it only on Instagram. Now, the beauty of all of this is that this audience, let's just say on a day, okay? Let's just go yesterday. All right. Cost per engagement, 0.04 cents. All right. I got 17,000 people yesterday added to one of these audiences. Now, here's the thing. If I'm spending, what did we say, 200 bucks? What did we spend yesterday? Let's just go yesterday. What did we do? 231. Frequency 1.4. My CPM was higher yesterday, and to be fair, like yesterday was an odd day. That's fine. With this, what's my reach? What's my unique reach here? All right, so let's just get down to the delivery metrics. My impressions, 4,500. My reach, 3,200. If I grow this by 17,000 people, and I only reach the best 3,200 people, the quality of this 3,200 gets better every day. Now, mind you, my CPMs are higher because I'm teaching and because this is an education space item, right? It's not t-shirts and stuff. If I just go straight normal, just bottom of funnel targeting, it was over $100. Okay. So this is how I got $100 CPM down to 50. And this is not CPM. This is cost per 1,000, which is slightly different. And I'm still in the learning phase. Okay. But if we go like last week, I know yesterday was 51, but we're at 48. Yesterday was a rougher day. Okay. So be it. I don't really care about the day to day. But over the last week, I reached 7,000 people. If I were to reach the top 20%, let me bring this up here. If I were to reach the top 20% of people today with my ads, and I grow that audience by 2x every day, well, then tomorrow it's only the top 10% of people. Day after that, it's just the top 5% of people. The amount of people is the same. The quality is going up. Top 2.5%, top 0.5. Do this for a couple of months, and you're reaching an infinitesimal tip of the iceberg of the amount of people. Now, the reason this really matters, if you can't make that work, then you have an offer problem. You honestly, at that point, creative doesn't even matter. The fact your offer exists is probably good enough. The reason I really want to bring this up is this is scalable until it isn't. If you can't make this work, there's a problem. But if you can make this work, I went from 18 bucks to 250. Now, let's say I get to 1,000 and it stops working. It stops becoming day one profitable. And I'm not even measuring on PSM here. I'm not even accounting for the fact that this is an MRR device and my churn rate is like less than 20 or 30%. I think it's 23% right now. So my second purchase rate is 70% on this at $97 cost per. Like, I'm doing okay. And sometimes these people are buying other things. Like this one campaign that I've so far spent, I'm not sharing my screen anymore. The one campaign that we talked about where I'm about 1,100, 1,200 in, I've made over $25,000 on it already. And it's been live for like 3 weeks. The point is, that's revenue, not profit. Profit is closer to, it's about 35% cost on that. So do the math. Point is, with this, I can continue to scale this until it doesn't work anymore. And then I have the choice. Either I ramp up the amount of people that I'm feeding into the funnel by expanding my Instagram and Facebook marketing efforts and getting more people to go to my website, which, by the way, also my Shopify isn't banging. I'm not getting 1 million uniques, but let's see. Yesterday, how many did I get? Whoop, what has happened? Okay, yesterday, how many people went to my Shopify? 100 people. Not great. Also made $2,300. I'm okay with that. You don't need a ton of stuff to make it work. Your definition of success doesn't have to be, Charlie, what are you getting into? In order for you to get to $1 million business, you don't need 1 million buyers. Can you get 1 buyer a day today? Can you get 2 a day in a couple of weeks? Can you get 5 a day next month? How about 10 a day the next month? What if you could just double the scale of your business? And in a previous video when we did this, I showed you literally the math that I'm going to do to more or less take this from $300 initial investment to $1 million a month business within the year. This will continue to work. Now, when this doesn't work anymore, I have the option of spending more on growing the audience, or I could just say, instead of 30 days, what if I did 90? What if I did 6 months? What is also going to happen is the post ID of my ad, first off, again, it's not fatiguing because I'm not introducing any operator error. And as long as I don't launch new ads, the idea of this ad fatiguing is basically moot because I'm only hitting people that want to see that are more brand aware. So I'm not forcing a bad experience onto good people. So I'm not destroying my relationship with my business partner, Facebook. Instead, I'm building a consistently stable and scalable option. And I want to release this one thing real quick before we hammer this point home and move on to the next thing. Let me just show you what the unit economics look like, okay? If I were to add this, here we go. All right. $33, obviously my CPM's rising, also because we're coming out of Q5. Okay. Now this is over the week. My budget is going up. My CPM is not. How did I double? How am I continuing to scale up? Now, this rise in CPM, 1, is based off of the spend level, and 2, based off the fact that I hadn't been promoting those audiences as much. So it was like the top 20% here, top 15%, top 10%. Now we're in the point where I'm hitting the top 1% or top 0.5% or less. Also, Q5 hits, so everybody's CPM's got a little bit worse. But mine basically stopped going up. Now you could say, oh, this top line, I don't know about that chart. It's 2 days, okay? Let's take a look at it when it's not. Let's take a look at it once the weekend comes in and we get to see some low CPM days. The point is, this is scalable. Lower frequency, more budget, lower CPM. This is getting better. This is scaling. This is something you can do right now. This is a day one. $50, then I raise the price to $97. Anybody can do this. Once that post does really well, once I want to or need to get beyond this foundation, I can take that post ID and set it against broad, age, gender, location. No restrictions. How good do you think that ad's going to be after it gets hundreds of sales? And remember, there isn't ad fatigue. We're not forcing bad experiences. We're not creating ad fatigue and then playing the victim card. This is completely fucking scalable. This is completely manageable. What's going on, girl? That's not a real amplifier, honey. That's a Marshall. I know you want to turn it on, but that's a fridge, honey. Okay, that's a refrigerator. This is completely doable. All right. I'm gonna take a minute here to girl. We're gonna take a minute here to shoot the intro. Shit, we didn't even do that. And then we'll drop the comment section on YouTube, and then come back. I'm gonna show you how to build these audiences, and then address the small dick energy of folks like Corey Dobbin and Jordan Menard and all of those just shitty dudes.
Everything is going extremely well.
And now, showtime.
All right, cool. There we go. Can't even believe we went 30 minutes and didn't even hit the intro. My bad. Okay, anyway, here we go. Let's get to the comments and questions for the day. All right. So our Facebook ads in 5. We got a couple comments in here. Genius, as always, is talking about the perfect ad. What is the best ad to run? By the way, we're going to show this in a little bit. Question is, if you have like one CBO and then just one catalog campaign on the side, like 80-20, just trying to understand the performance of the ad account. Here's the thing, like in this situation, which I love, you have your one campaign, which we've been teaching here for 5 years. And 322 ads, and you got a little bit of going to a catalog. Love that. What do you need? If you need a higher volume of sales to reduce your blended CPA, maybe you leverage more of the catalog. If you've got your cash flow worked out and you're just trying to get more revenue, maybe you launch more of the one campaign. Boom, done. That's how we're deciding to understand what to do. Ultimately, your ad account performance is what is the health of your business so that you can elevate that more. That's how this works. Now, Sterling, how do you know if the ad is bad or just hasn't spent enough? What can you say about creatives after 6K total? There is no amount of money or days active that'll tell you if an ad is good or bad. That's not how you measure performance. That's not possible to do. Now, you get a lot of people that will disagree with me, and fine. Let literally any of them ever show up on camera and talk to me. So far, 0 people have accepted that invitation. The way you know if an ad is good or bad is simple. Did it earn spend? If no, it's bad. Or, more importantly, if it did, what happened to the business? Did the business get better or get worse? If the ad earned spend and the business results, omni-channel marketing over several days change direction for the worse, then you can point to this ad got spend, my business got worse. That's bad. If you can't make that correlation, then you have no fucking clue. And that's point number 1, why if you launch 1 million ads, you have no idea what's going on. And the folks like the Jordan Menard, Corey Dobbin, those fucks, I got a problem with them because of what they did. They tweeted out pictures of me and my daughter and stuff, and were just talking shit about me, which is just dumb, like small dick energy shit. Which I get. Like, if you're not good and you're not willing to stand by your word, just talk shit to somebody and then say, I'm not going to waste my time talking to you. Like, I get it. I get it. But please, welcome to have a conversation with me in public and explain why you think running 1,000 ads where you have no idea how any of them are doing and you make the machine dumb in a way that isn't sustainable or scalable is a good idea. Anyway, point is, that is where we go for with this. Now, thank you, Sifa. The baby's so adorable. Thank you. All right, I'm told there's no way for me efficiently without targeting myself, bankrupting myself to target introverts for t-shirts. Do you agree? Absolutely not, Mary. Absolutely not. Just make content introverts want to see, and they'll see your ads. And then your job is to make it that when you give them a positive experience with the content they see on the platform, it also does well for your business. There. Do you still have the same sentiment for Advantage Plus shopping today? Yes. Do you have any videos or extra tips on how to specifically make a good top of funnel ad? I do. But I highly recommend you check out Dara Denny. I don't think there's anybody better in the YouTube game on telling you how to make good ads. And she also gave me a great shout out this week. Thank you so much, Dara. I love you. I can't wait to see you when I'm back in New York. All right. Love your shirt. Thank you. Also, about your formula, it doesn't take too much COGS, right? No, it doesn't. This is for the simple trick to skyrocket your ads. When we're talking about understanding your metrics, you could bake in COGS if you wanted to. You absolutely could. I don't, because you're not necessarily guaranteeing what product somebody's buying. Also, there's only so much you can bake into a simple metric. And the more complicated you make that algebra, the less actionable it is. So I wouldn't bake in COGS unless you have one item, and nobody can ever buy two. And you're just like kind of riding with that. Because here's the thing. What if your COGS is $10? Okay. But somebody buys 5. Well, now you're counting for $10, but their cart size is 5 times more because they bought 5. So now you're discounting it by 40. It just breaks. That's just not the way we do it. I like the ethos here, Yoko Tom 76, but just don't overcomplicate a good thing. All right. Do you have a video guide on how to make TOF ads with low frequency? No, sorry. I think we just got to that one. Hey, Charlie, what do you do when you create a 322 ad? Define winning creative, move it to the control ad set, and the budget is still going to the 322. Here's the thing. First off, if my ads are doing well enough, I'm not moving them. And if I need to move it and my account is struggling, then my automated rules are probably turning off the ads. Oh, shit. I think my dog just got out. My automated rules are turning off the ads that aren't good enough to earn spend anyway. That being said, I'm going to take a quick break and show you this week's Facebook ads from 5, and then we'll get back to the rest of the show. Absolute best ad that you can be running in your Facebook account to scale your business.
I'm the best.
Now, if you want to scale your Facebook ads, you really have 2 paths. We can scale volume or we can scale efficiency. And this is what most advertisers get wrong. They focus on getting the best ROAS and throw a bunch of money at it, and it won't scale. Today, you're going to understand why and how to fix that problem and never face it again. Let's go. So before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much. These 5-minute videos have been blowing up this channel. I appreciate it. And if you're one of the 65% of people who are binging this video and the videos like this and have not yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. The button's right down here. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit like on this video. And if you want to know more from this channel, down in the description below, you're going to see a link to Disruptor Academy. And that is the single best way I can get you on the path to the success that you deserve. All right, what's the best Facebook ad that you should be running? Let's throw 5 minutes on the clock and get started. So first, let's talk about scaling volume.
You know, you got to turn the volume up on that offer, homie, because I can't hear it.
Scaling volume isn't about trying to test for the absolute best ad.
No.
It's about making content that your target audience wants to see, even if they've never heard of you before. Here's the secret that nobody else will tell you. Your best customer is already ready to buy. They're already in market. They just need to know that they can buy from you, and they might not even know that you exist. You just have to get their attention. And that's why if you want to scale the volume of business that you have and reach new people, the best ad is a video ad. When people see a video ad, they don't have to know who you are. You just need to leave them feeling something.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It's
Gets
gross.
the people going.
And it's great if it grabs attention without immediately trying to sell. Your CPMs and your frequency are going to be lower, so Facebook is showing it to more people for a lower cost per person. And it introduces your brand in a way that builds familiarity. You're not just trying to show them a product, you're trying to tell them a story.
The never-ending story.
And that's why video is the best ad to fill your funnel with new buyers. But sometimes you have way too many potential buyers in your funnel, and what you need to do is scale your efficiency. If your CPA is too high, I'm talking to you.
Are you talking to me?
If you want to scale your efficiency, it's not about reaching more and more unqualified people. It's about reaching the highest quality buyers. And this is why static ads are much better for conversion campaigns when you already have a full funnel. They generally reach people who already know who you are.
Do you know who I am?
They show up in more placements than videos do, so the frequency is higher. That is a higher quality audience. Your frequency is going to be higher, your CPM is going to be higher, and so is your conversion rate. Think about it. People don't stop and watch static ads like do a video. Like TikTok video blew up. Instagram was on static forever. As soon as we introduced video, they had to rip off Reels. This is for a reason. If people are engaging with a static ad, it means they're already in market. It means that they're trying to decide who to spend the money on.
Money!
We have to think of these ads, even in a broad audience, as a retargeting ad. And when you look at the 4PI analysis, it's almost impossible to ignore the fact that these ads generally get less spend with a higher CPM and a higher frequency with much better performance. And that's the ad where you're like, Facebook is dumb. Why doesn't it spend more money on it? It's because it's a retargeting ad. It can't spend more money on it. And if you try to scale that ad, everything will break because it only works for people who are already in market to remind them or convince them to buy from you.
Pretty please.
Now, what if things are going well, but you want to scale volume and efficiency? How do we check both boxes? Well, we do that with catalog ads. And here's why. Catalog ads use Facebook's AI to show the right product to the right person at the right time. Even if it's product 117 in your catalog, it's what they're in market for, even if you have no other ads running to it. Catalog ads also work for both cold and warm audiences. That's the difference between GABA and DPA. And by the way, if you want a lot more information on it, there's a great video right here that you can click on and dive deep with me and Dan Pantella from MarPipe to know the best practices. And I love catalog ads because they never fatigue and they let the machine optimize around real consumer intent and behavior.
Oh, behave.
If somebody's ready to buy, they don't need to be convinced with an ad. They're shopping around. You just need to have the right product at the right time, and all they need to do is see it. And if they're ready to buy, they'll buy it from you. Catalog ads automate this process and are one of the easiest, most scalable ad types ever created. So now you know, if you want to scale volume, use video ads. If you want to scale efficiency, use static ads. And if you have both of those boxes checked and you just want to really take it to the moon, catalog ads are best for you, especially if your product visually has a hook in the packaging and the display. And remember, it's not about getting your best ad. Everybody says, get the best ad, creative volume, all this other stuff. If you have only Michael Jordan on one side and 12 other people, if the game is long enough, he'll lose 100% of the time. This game lasts for the rest of your life. If you focus on one ad, you will always lose. Don't abuse your winners. Build a team of ads that focus on volume and efficiency and round out with something that can kind of pick up the slack in both places. That's how you have a well-balanced, easily scalable, super stable ad account. Now, if you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you love this video and this playlist, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And down below, you're going to see a link for Disruptor Academy, which is my community on School, which is the cheapest, most effective way for you to get advice from me to scale your ad account. It comes with templates, Q&As, and we're even roasting ad accounts live inside the community so you can get actionable advice to scale your business. Let's go! So until next time, I'll see you on the internet. Bye!
You're my friend. I love you.
Is going
Okay, there we go. Yeah, fantastic stuff. I hope that that kind of clears some stuff up on what the best ads to run are. Now, I by the way, update, dog's fine. Okay, so got a little derailed. I want to kind of get into a little bit of something here. Also, when it comes to being a Facebook ad expert, you have to know how the platform works. So let's address how some experts talk about it, and also how some of those folks that I call out by name because I'd like to address their integrity, and I'll just let their own words speak for them. Now, Cody, who stand-up guy, as far as I know, always being solid to me, asked this question. For those people who are testing 10 plus concepts a week, what structure are you testing it in? And he got a lot of feedback, and I said, ABO is a fail. I would definitely not do that. And 10 concepts equals no value in the data. There's an easy way to get a high volume of real shit data. Here's the thing. If you are testing 10 plus concepts a week, first off, why? Okay? Let me drive this point home. If you already have ads that work, why are you testing new ones? If you can raise your budget, why would you test new ads? And you might say, well, because, you know, ad fatigue, my ads are fatiguing, my results aren't stable. Let me tell you this. This is what happens. When you launch an ad, I'm gonna make myself full screen here. When you launch an ad, It goes after the people right around you. It is the low-hanging fruit, okay? That ad doesn't stray too far away to see if it works. Facebook gives it to a test audience. So what happens when you launch a new ad? Well, get some good results right away. And then that low-hanging fruit goes, because Facebook's trying to deliver back to the more consistent performing ads that you had. And it makes that ad, okay, people like this ad, let's show it to some other folks and see if it does well. Then what happens? Well, your performance drops a little bit, right? And then because failures are more informative than wins, that ad gets a little bit better. Now, the folks that tell you to launch these ads over and over again, and I'm not saying that Cody is the one that's saying that, he's just asking a question. What you're doing is saying, I get initial wins that are really close to my core. Every ad starts at home base. If you launch new ones, well, those new ones are going to take the home base. So when that ad is coming back to nominal, those new ads steal where that nominal could be. So those old ads never really get back the opportunity to get to where they could be. Because instead of being able to have an unaffected data set where it's able to understand what people like and then deliver those ads to those people, new ads are coming in and stealing that low-hanging fruit. So you're creating ad fatigue by launching new ads, by making your old ads be unsustainable. Also, what that means is you have a high volume of really bad data, because now every one of those ads only works to your low-hanging fruit, and which ones work and which ones don't are honestly often a ramification of luck. If you were to launch the exact same ad to the exact same audience at the exact same time, 10 different times, every single one of those ads would get a different performance. Because maybe the first 1,000 people that one ads get shown to all hate it. They hate you. They've been on your site. They all abandoned cart, and every one of them decided, no, I'm not buying from you. Like in that audience we talked about before, maybe that's the 900 people who abandoned cart have made the decision they're never going to buy from you. And you hit them 1.1 times. So your first 1,000 impressions are terrible. Maybe the identical ad launched at the exact same time against the exact same audience. That ad, those first 1,000 impressions are folks who are ready to buy. They're like, oh my God, I already have my credit card out. I'm going to buy from you instead. And I love the website and the shipping was really fast. Thank you so much. I'm really excited. You get a bunch of great comments and they buy right away. The delivery is the reason that one of those ads is good versus the other one. It has very little to do with the creative. Now, my point with all of that is that delivery is a massive implication on the initial data set of the first few days. So if you're saying, I'm only going to keep the ads on that work early, then you're only saying what got lucky out of a bad data set, a non-predictive data set. Now, mind you, some things that win early will continue to win. And generally speaking, ads that win early tend to be more sustainable, but it's not a 100% thing, right? Now, if you watch those ads get a little bit worse, which we know they will do because they're now no longer going after the people that are in the bottom of your marketing funnel with how Facebook sees it, but they're instead now expanding to other people. So they're going to drop off and they're going to learn from that and they're going to come back to normal. Instead of letting them come back to nominal, you're saying, actually, no, I'm going to kick you out at the knees because I'm launching new ads that just hit the low-hanging fruit. So you're using what got lucky as a way of sustaining the results you want. And instead of reaching sustainability, instead, you launch another high volume of what gets lucky. So you're really only ever able to scale your ads to the stuff that's at home base. And that's why you're not incremental. That's why Facebook can't grow. That's why you keep smashing the same people over and over again. Launching hundreds of ads won't solve your problem of scaling your business. In fact, not launching hundreds of ads, letting the ads that earn data, learn what is good and is bad, get to a place where they're able to deliver consistent results means that your marketing funnel is more consistent. The amount of the quality and the volume of people that come to your website and how similar they look gets better, which means that your search and your email and your CRO efforts are great. What if the reason somebody bought was because they were priced? Your ad was just like, this is the cheapest thing on the market and it's fantastic. Look at this price. Awesome. Then you change your website to really showcase how great the price is. And you do all your search campaigns around that. And then your next ad that launches the next week is actually features and benefits. Well, you just optimized everything that happens after the Facebook click for price. And now it's features and benefits. And next week it's social proof. And the week after that it's trending. The point is, Facebook is the front end of the funnel. When you destabilize the front end of the funnel, it makes all other marketing efforts more difficult. And because you're not letting those ads learn and eventually leave the nest, like we talked about with the broad retargeting, we can eventually go to full broad, where you can just take that post ID that learned and is really stable and scalable and just take it broader because it's smart enough to know how to win outside of the short range shortcuts and cheat codes. Now you're sitting at a spot where those ads can go out and live forever. And I have a conversation with somebody else coming in earlier, and I saw one of their Instagram posts. It's like, well, you know, back 10 years ago, I saw ads that could run for months or years and get 10,000 off of this. I'm spending $5,000 to $10,000, $20,000 a day on single posts inside of ad accounts that have been running for months. Everybody worth their salt has ads that are like that. And your goal should be to try to find more ads that are like that so that you can optimize the rest of the business afterwards. The majority of the money you make in your business is not from the people that buy off of that Facebook ad. It's from the people that buy from you over and over again. Otherwise, you don't have a good business. And the reason I'm calling people out is because there's what I call small dick energy like this shit. Corey, who has me blocked, by the way, because he really doesn't like what I have to say, had him and a whole bunch of other folks, this guy, come after me publicly and in the DMs. And then I called him out, and Corey says, I have no idea why these people are commenting. By the way, these are all the people commenting on his post about how he's wrong. He said so many horrible things about so many genuinely good people. I don't think that there's anything wrong with you, Corey, as a person. I just think you lack integrity because you're unwilling to stand up for what you believe in. And when you give people bad advice, when somebody who's better than you, or at least experienced enough to go toe to toe with you, why don't you pick on somebody your own size, Corey? Or Jordan Menard? Why don't you guys come and have a conversation with somebody who is as good as you are to discuss differences of opinion so that everybody can learn? And look at his comments. Zach Ramiro, I actually have a different point. I talked to Facebook reps, and he was the only guy who could legally talk about it. And look at this credibility, 100%. Like, this is great. Like, this is really working. Okay. Maybe he's an anomaly. Oh, no, wait. The next guy. This guy isn't snake oil. Dig past surface level. He discusses the only one talking about it. And then Corey says, I'm talking beyond surface level. He's launched so many personal smear campaigns. Nobody. I'm saying that you have people coming into my DMs, insulting me, threatening me personally, and like it's gotten to the point where people have legitimately threatened to fight me and stuff. I was recovering from cancer surgery with my wife was 8 months pregnant, and these people were bullying my clients, my students, and my family. Fuck you. Also, if you legitimately believed that you were good, why not come in and have a conversation with me so people can learn about our differences of opinion? Literally, the big 5 Facebook account structures wrapped in some jargon make your head spin. Okay, why don't you pay attention? Some of it is novel, and some of it is insanely off base. Okay, have a conversation with me. But maybe those are just the 2 folks. Okay, what about? Wait. The next comment. Let's get here. Is Mega Strat got me starting Facebook ads? Even overall thesis to get mid operating is scale and stable. Okay, yeah. Respectfully turning on the one campaign. Step 1 is literal meta published handbook. Who do you think wrote the handbook, Corey? Me. I'm the one that developed that whole thing. Now, you not being able to understand it and tell people to do something different because it means your business objectives hurts people. That's my problem. Causing harm to people's bottom lines is a bad move. Attacking people publicly and privately because you're unwilling to have a conversation with them in public is a low integrity move. I think he's an acquired taste. I agree with that. But I don't see how his method would be wrong. Some very basic practices of leveraging LTV. Okay. Yeah, I think this can work based on trying it out myself. Yeah, okay. All right, got it. Marco disagrees with me. Okay. These are the exact traits you need to be good with socials, though. And I get it. Some folks think that I'm doing this for clicks. Okay. And snake oil, Alan, confirmed? Really? Did we ever talk? Have you tried this stuff? No? Okay, gotcha. Now I'm curious, where's the flawed model? Victor, prove that something he said, yeah, nothing wrong. He literally said he would talk with people he disagrees with. I talked to him with Ben, respectful, and honestly, Charlie had way more logic. Literally, eon. Like, everything he said was correct and sincere. Like, I don't know what's going on other than this really small group of people who don't stand behind what they say are causing a lot of harm. And I'm just calling this out because I want you guys to see that this is where people are coming from when we talk about what we do here. Instead of helping people, the volume of folks like this who refuse to listen and have conversations, that are giving you bad advice and creating harm at scale, is not small. And I'm just showing you what it looks like. Now, let's get back to helping people for the rest of this time, okay? Actually, you know what? We got some questions in the chat, so let's just go ahead and hit them up. C5, yeah, hello, bonjour, yeah, howdy, POD, print on demand. Does retargeting still work? I hope we address that. For the 322 ad, do you care if the ads are all different? I know a lot of people just change the hook in the headline. I want them to be as similar as possible so I get actionable insight from the information that we derive. All right. I heard through the grapevine that you can lower CPC by running an engagement campaign alongside. I hope we address that. Aloha, Mario. Identify the LPV. If you've identified the landing page isn't converting, what steps would you take to improve it? Well, what works organically? Does your landing page not work when you're not running ads? If the answer is yes, then I think you have an ads problem. Or you can try to change your landing page every time you try to change ads, in which case your solution is to always be playing catch up in a reactionary mode to changes that you make. And you're always going to chase your tail and you're never going to get bigger. That's why, folks, in the cost cap marketing world, and we shared some figures last week where like they were bragging about being bad at their job, like they're going 20-30% a week or a month. And then we had folks that do what we do here and they're going 100% a year. I mean, I literally showed you last week the metrics I'm going to do to take this business to $1 million a month. I'm probably going to fall short on that, but if I fall short and get to 200K a month, fantastic. Start up to 2 mil. Sign me up. Especially if it's incredibly stable. I haven't touched those ads in 3 weeks other than to raise the budget. That's it. Because I don't need to. Yeah, let's keep going. Outside of that, there are better people than me when it comes to landing page design. I'd suggest Zach Bray at funnelhive.io, I think. All right. Hi, boss. Bonjour from Bangladesh. All right. I also heard the engagement campaigns can run. Okay. Hopefully we address that one. All right, chat. Monir, great. Good to see you, buddy. All right, so you say 1,000 purchases too little. Say you have 10,000 or even 30, 40,000. Will lookalike be worth doing by that logic? I love that you use LAL. And by that time, Joshua, if you're at that big of a business, why are you using a lookalike to begin with? Because your broad will probably be successful enough to go. What we're talking about here in the lookalikes of your followers in this situation is we're spending like $30 a day. I'm fine with spending $30 a day only on the low-hanging fruit. I don't need to leverage the machine to be bigger than that. And by the time you're getting 30, 40,000 purchases, you hopefully have stuff figured out with a couple posts that you can just go straight broad. By the time I'm getting 30, if I got 30 to 40,000 people to sign up for Disruptor Academy, I'm going broad. I don't need to do this other stuff. So the leverage point that lookalike would bring to me becomes moot because I've already solved the problem that would be the solution to. All right. James Smith, hey, nice to see you, James. Yeah, that's love. Yeah, I know. Like the fact that you're like screenshotting pictures of like my kid and me in response to saying, hey, I disagree, let's have a chat about it, is fucking low end. Like the idea that you would do that as a way of saying that you don't have a tiny dick makes no sense to me. It's small dick energy. Hi, James Smith. Here we go. Could you do a video similar to last week's video and this week's video with the e-commerce as the subject instead of services? Stephen Milner, e-commerce is the exact same. The only real difference is that maybe your second purchase rate is 5% instead of 75%. The math still works. Everything is the exact same. I'm doing this with a wallet brand, which we're going to make bigger than Ridge this year. I'm doing this with a men's clothing business that is doing 7 figures in 4 different countries and will probably take to 20 mil this year. that joined the Facebook Ads MBA program I think last year, and doubled their business, and then came to me to help them triple it. I'm doing this with a beauty brand out of New Zealand. Their goal is to 2x the business, and we did all the projections. Like, wow, that's a really, really conservative goal. Let's triple this thing. Elias, I'm launching a 180-page ebook for restaurant and cafe biz. Is it okay to reference your stuff in the book? Yeah, bro. Reference me. Give me a shout out if you don't mind. Referencing me and then giving me credit for the stuff you reference. I'd love it. But I'm doing this so that people are successful. That's what matters. You don't have an agency. Look, I got a lot of folks that work with me that run agencies. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with agencies. I think there are a lot of folks who run agencies that happen to be low integrity operators. They just also happen to be the people that are most popular. This is great running school. I'm running school, so really helpful to see this. IT Rockstars, you're going to love. Please subscribe. You're going to love the video on Tuesday. I literally show step-by-step how I set up the entire ad account for every single thing to help you do the exact same thing that I'm doing, so that you can get, like, 2 weeks in, my first check was $3,000. My second check was over $6,000. And if you're in school, in the community, school games, etc., you'll see my screenshots, and I'm literally just breaking down every single step of how I'm doing it. It's full transparency, full open transparency, screen shares, screenshots, and on these lives, I'm breaking down every single thing. And I've had so many of those inverted D energy folks, like Cypher says. So many of them said, well, you don't run your own ads. You don't spend your own money. You're not doing your own thing. I mean, first off, look, I've done multiple 8-figure exits. I'm excited to see the excuse of why this isn't legit. Lero or Laura. Okay. I need to do a lead generation for teeth whitening with 30 locations in Belgium. Should I hit the target area or hit the whole country? I'm thinking one CBO. Honestly, Belgium is small enough. If it's a teeth whitening studio, I would just take the target area around it. I would smash it with Instagram ads and just do the broad retargeting stuff. Let the Instagram do market saturation, so your teeth whitening studio becomes a local celebrity. So all 30 locations, drop in the addresses plus like 5 kilometers, 3 kilometers, whatever it is. Throw that into my audience. Do an Instagram effort to become a local celebrity, and then just retarget everybody who engages or has been to your site and hit them up with the leads, and make sure that you contact them within 5 minutes of them becoming a lead. 2 minutes. Pay somebody that's their entire job. Somebody's entire job, whatever they're doing, send 15 notifications. Whenever a lead comes in, boom, you call them. I sincerely doubt you will not be successful with that. All right, we got a little derailed there. Sorry, I'm a little just frustrated and disappointed in people. So let's get over to here real quick just to close it out. You mean we should run catalogs instead of others? Hey, if it's the right move, go for it. There's nothing wrong with catalog ads. Love the intro and the creativity. This is the only marketing channel that is fun and educational. I'm glad, Cat Story. I really try to make them fun. And my buddy Jake, who now does all my editing in-house, he's a great dude. He used to be he's an actor. He's in a bunch of like sitcoms and stuff as like the background guy. But really funny dude. And I just think he's cooler than me. And I love him bringing his energy to it. And it really makes me happy. Brilliant stuff for a new company. Is it just an engagement campaign through video plays? Eon, you were in the chat today. I think I saw you on the comments section. I hope today kind of broke that down. If you want to jump into Inner Circle, we actually break down the entire step of everything. And I'll eventually probably deploy those all as videos, but I'm trying to not release a video every single day because Daryl Leaves told me that was hurting my channel. And what he did work for Mr. Beast, and I want to get good too. Dude, I understand even if you don't burst my ears. I'm well, Snake Eater. I think that means that I should be louder, but I hear you. I'm bear hunting. Thank you always. You're welcome. All right, bro, need a video from you. I have a community too. Dude, wait, this Tuesday, I'm dropping the heat. I think, by the way, that video was shot last week and I had 137 members. Now I'm at 171. $97 a pop. I'm like $1,300 in. You can do this. I literally shared my screen today to show the whole thing. All right. Hey, Professor, disruptive material, very refreshing. Good question on DPA, a variance on sizes and colors. I would not test each variant. Nope. Just do the SKU. Don't use the variants. Can we see the creatives? If you want to join the Academy for free, you can see the creatives, ballas.com. Thank you very much for this video. Very interesting. You're welcome. Media buying is dead. You're either a creative strategist or a data scientist, not a media buyer. It's now called uploaders. What's your take? Yeah, I think media buying is a part of a job, right? Like if you answer the phones, that's probably not your whole job. You're probably doing other things in a business, right? So it's a line item in a job description. Hi, Charlie. Ani from Romania. Started following you in July 2024. You changed my campaign results. I'm more pragmatic in decisions, more confident. Your work is great. Yeah, thank you so much. Tell your friends. This is a great tip for seeing gross profit. Is there a way to subtract tax and other running costs? This is for a simple trick, by the way. Go ahead and check out these videos. This is on the Facebook Ads in 5 playlist that is on the primary channel, like the front page of the YouTube. And yeah, I wouldn't include these things. Do that after the fact. I appreciate your videos a lot. You're doing a great job. Massive thank you. You're welcome. Is it possible to scale to 1 billion in a virgin market as a potential size without needing to raise capital? I mean, there are brands that get to 1 billion bootstrapped. Really, raising capital is a crutch, but it means you get there faster. So that's a choice you got to make. You can, but you probably wouldn't want to. What do you think about Advantage Plus creative optimizations? I think there's a right place and a right time for them. I've also seen them do very bad things. I think it's a decision that every operator has to make for themselves. All right. Well, there we go. With all that being said, everybody, it's Valentine's Day. Tell the people in the world you love them. Even with all of the low integrity operators with their inverted D energy, Cypher, there's a lot of good stuff out here. You're welcome, Tim. Love seeing you on our calls, by the way. There are folks that are very motivated. There are folks who are very passionate. There are folks who are very informed. And there are folks who are very successful. And those aren't necessarily unique. They're not discrete. People are going to cover most of those bases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost all of them. What somebody thinks of you is their position. What I think of you is my opinion. What I hope is that what we do here helps you be more successful. What I hope is that by sharing how I've been able to replicate success year after year for over a decade, to help folks that have gone from hundreds a day to hundreds of millions. What I hope is that by helping you understand how things work, you can be in a place to be more successful, create more joy, create more jobs, especially in the modern world, financial independence, the ability to help your community and your family, and just make the world a little bit a better place. My hope is that that's what you get out of this. And if my message comes across in a way that you don't think that that's my motivation, okay. I can only control things to the end of my nose, right? I'll try to continue to bring what I do here every week. We will see people that love it, and we're going to see people that hate it. But we'll say this kind of behavior from the folks like Corey and also like Jordan Menard and other folks, it's not new. I've been seeing this stuff since the day I got started. And so far, not a single one of them has stopped me. And so far, I can count on my hand the amount of people who've been willing to have a conversation with me in public, on camera. And I have one of those coming up. Shout out to let's give this dude a shout. Let's give this dude a shout because I really value that they've done this. Where are we at here? I just want to I don't want to mess this up. I don't want to guess. We have somebody who said, yeah, I'd love to chat with you, or I'm willing to chat with you. Let's take it to public. Let's make this thing work. Where are you at? John Casto. Bulletproof scaling. All right. Let's bring this up real quick. Here. Boom, boom, boom. I'll say this. Me and this guy don't agree on a lot. Somebody was tagging somebody wanting to do stuff. And he was willing to say, yeah, I don't agree with you. Let's have a conversation. I won't show our DMs, but we're basically like, there's so much dumb drama Let's just disagree, hear each other out, and get a moderator. And so that's coming soon. I appreciate that John said, your audience is much larger than mine. And what I said is the size of your audience is no indication on the quality of your message. And I think what's the best message for everyone is when people don't agree. Because then understanding how to find middle ground or understand where somebody's coming from when you don't agree. And you might walk away being like, that dude's fucking crazy. But if you have respect for them, then people on the receiving end of just being a fly on the wall, everybody gets better because of it. And full disclosure, this dude's got a school too. Let's check it out. Awesome. This guy, 811 members. Awesome. I'm gonna join. Can I join? All right, great. Cool. Well, let's see if I get in. Awesome. So John Casto stepped up in a way that many other people haven't. I'm very much looking forward to that conversation. So all that being said, it's Valentine's Day. Call your mom. Call your kids. And I love you. I get to do all of this because of all of you. And that being said, see you all next week. Next Tuesday. Facebook Ads in 5 video on Tuesday. I wanted to make it a 5-minute video. My editor got pissed because he's like, dude, I can't make it shorter than like 13 minutes. So it's a fucking banger. And I'm also starting a new YouTube channel coming out in a couple of months, a couple of weeks, where it is going to be a 0 to 1 course video, everything free, how to get started, how to optimize, how to scale, how to make ads that work, every single piece of everything that you need to know that I can show you when this is what I can tell everybody. And my hope is that you all enjoy it. And when I launch that channel, I would really hope to see you there. All right. That being said, we're up to 150 set of eyeballs. That's 300 eyeballs if you all got 2 eyes. Tell the people in the world you love them. I'll see you later, everybody. Bye.